The first thing I want to do is remove the wheel, so take off all 5 of your lug nuts with a 21mm socket. Now take the wheel off. If it's stuck on here, go ahead and put a lug nut back on so it doesn't fall off, and then use a rubber mallet and hit it from the backside. That should pop it right off. Take the lug nut off now that the wheel is free. Go ahead and wiggle it off of here. All right, take the wheel off. To take off the inner tie rod, I want to first remove the cotter pin, which, as you can see, thankfully for me, it's not frozen in here. A lot of times they are. And I'm gonna try to bend it out of the way here and then pull it out the other side. Now, if it is seized in here, you're better off cutting it flush with a nut and then just hammering a socket on here, taking it out over the threads, or taking the nut off over the cotter pin. There we go, set it aside. Then with a 21mm socket, go ahead and remove this nut. And now you can use a hammer, and typically you would want to just hammer on this piece to vibrate the inner tie rod free. Because I'm replacing it, I'm just going to hammer right on the stud, and that'll make it a lot easier for it to pop off. Clearly, I need a little bit more power here. There we go. Okay, and now you can remove your inner tie rod. Now once you're ready to remove the inner tie rod, count the amount of turns that it takes to remove it out of this sleeve so that you can put it back the same amount of turns, and you'll be close to a decent alignment. You will still need a professional alignment after this, but at least this will get you close. Now I put some grease on these threads. You can use anti-seize or whatever, but I do suggest to use something because this will allow it not to seize up, and it'll be better off for alignment purposes down the line. So before I actually stick it in here, I'm going to take my tie rod and put it in the adjuster sleeve, the same amount of turns that it took to take it out. Now let's line it up, stick it through, just like this. Let's put the nut on. There we go, snug it up with your 21mm socket. Now let's torque it to 76 foot-pounds, and then we'll put the cotter pin through. That's torqued. However, if the slot for the cotter pin does not line up with the hole in the stud, tighten it more, don't loosen to get it to line it up. Stick it through, and we'll bend it over to lock it in. Let's put the wheel back on, put on all 5 of your lug nuts, and torque them to 150 foot-pounds. That is if you have the 5 lug wheel pattern. If you have 7 lugs, then you want to torque them to 100 foot-pounds. Double check them. There you have it.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.